more exciting than part one. And so my favorite part of the presentation is this part. And here we go. I'm going to get straight into it. So next step, if you're ready to get started, sign up. When should you do that? Immediately. All right. Why? You've had your questions answered. Everything is what it is. Do not delay the decision-making process any longer, because that only makes it painful for you. So get signed up before life gets in the way. It always does. Secondly, commit to learning about the industry, commit to learning how you can navigate the back office and learn how to move cryptocurrency around. Again, Keith does a phenomenal training every Saturday and Sunday teaching you how to understand crypto and how to move around the crypto exchanges around the world. So make sure you attend that every single Saturday and Sunday. Like I said, 10 a.m. Saturday UK time, 3 p.m. Sunday UK time. You can attend and learn how to move your money in and out of the platform. Cool, nice and simple. So welcome back. We're now going to do a community members training, and this is for people that want to accelerate the 3x promotion. So imagine that you've bought yourself a membership and you're sat there with a big, pretty smile on your face, knowing every day you get your rewards just for being part of the community. So what's the next step? Well, share. All right. This company's clear. What do they want to do? We said it in part one. They want to build a community that will then bring them 30 million customers on all of their different products and services that they launch in the coming months and years. Really, really simple, smart, strategic move. All right. Phenomenal, committed community, win-win. So our job is to build that community. We've only got one job here. Once we join, we get rewards. It's awesome. The next thing is to help them get where they want to get to. Now, they might get 30 million customers on their own in 5, 6 years, 7, 8 years, right? But with us, we could make that happen in a couple of years. So let's make that happen. So let's have a look at how we can build the community first, who can then bring the customers. Ready? Every time you refer a friend or a contact of yours to this Zoom and they love it, just like you've loved it, boom, they join, right? They join through your link. They're now connected to you forever. And every time they earn anything, you get a 20% match. This is so important. I always say, if you understand this pay plan, you will not sleep. People don't understand this pay plan because they're used to other pay plans that work a little bit differently. So just be present, be focused, watch this. Here's your friend, John. John buys a $1,000 membership. Stay with me. John will earn a minimum of $5 a day, every day, until he's received $3,000. All right. So buys a $1,000 membership. The company commits to tripling the value of that membership over the next period of time, however long that is. If it's a minimum of 0.5% a day, it takes 600 days to get 3x done. You receive $600 rewards for referring John. Now, this is where this is different. You don't receive that up front because the company does not touch this $1,000 and carve it up into shreds until there's nothing left to pay compensation plans. That's not what we do. We leave that for other deals. What happens here is that this $1,000 membership goes to work for John in the marketplace, and it earns John a healthy 0.5% a day, and it earns you 20% of that 0.5%, which is 0.1% a day. So you receive $1 a day in rewards every day because you referred John. Now, what I love about this plan is that it's sustainable and it's incredibly, ridiculously powerful. Are you kidding me? $600 per $1,000 referral? That's what's on offer here. Look at this, guys and girls. Whatever membership you refer, 60% with the leverage of 3x right now, 60% of the membership value is drip fed back to you in the form of daily matching rewards. How about that? What if John came in at $10,000? Have you thought about that? You may just know somebody that is in a nice, comfortable position in their life, and for them, $10,000 as part of their portfolio of moving forward financially is something they're happy to do. Well, if they come in, guess what? They're turning their 10 into 30 over the next 20 months, and you receive your handsome $6,000 reward for referring them. So the question becomes, how many quality contacts do you know? How many quality contacts are you willing to reach out to up your game? All right. And listen, start with what you got, start where you are. We've all got where we are. That's the life we've got. We've got the contacts we got. If we're in at 300 and we only know $300 people, it doesn't matter. Start where you are. But here's what happens. It's only a matter of time before when your story starts sharpening itself, other people pay more attention. And before you know it, the 5,000, the 10,000, the $20,000 people start speaking to you as well. Now imagine if John has got a few contacts that also would love to hear about this. Well, here's what John does. Really simple. John picks up the phone to Mary and says, Mary, listen, I've recently been shared some phenomenal information. I want to share it forward to you. Are you available at 6:30 p.m. UK time, Wednesday? Mary says, what is it? I'm not going to spoil it for you. I want you to just trust me and show up. If you're committed to financial abundance, show up. You will not regret it. Mary gets it, shows up. Mary loves it, buys $1,000 membership. Boom. Mary will get her 3,000. John, rightly so, will get 600 for his referral. But what's in this for you? Why would you want to help John build his income? Because for you, when John refers a contact, you get a 15% match on what Mary makes. Every day Mary makes $5, you get 75 cents. How long for? Until Mary's had 3,000 back. Maximum 20 months, could be a lot faster, as you start to see in this presentation. And all of a sudden, you can now see that you can receive $450 per thousand on every membership sold on your second level. What about level 3? Is it possible to earn on there? Yes, it is. 10% on level 3. Now, there is one caveat here. You've got to qualify the levels, all right? So there's 3 levels available. How do you qualify them? As it says here, unlock each level with direct referrals. If you refer 1, you earn on 1 level. If you refer 2 people here on level 1, you earn on 2 levels. If you refer 3 people on your first level directly, 3 direct referrals opens up 3 levels. How many levels do you want to open up? What if I told you you could refer 20 people on your level 1 and open up 20 levels of referrals? Well, I just told you. That's exactly how our pay plan works. It's simple, it's clean, it's to the point. And most importantly, it is 100% solid and sustainable. That's my favorite part. I love building solid, sustainable income. Income I can plan with, where I can look into the future and know how I can navigate and maneuver my next 20 months. Amazing. So that's our 20 level plan. Done. Kaput's finished, right? Done. It's the wrap, but there's some extra. I want to now, remember I talked about the rebuy strategy? I want to share a little bit about this strategy, because sometimes people say, Kalpesh, I'd love to become a top 5% earner in the world and get to 100,000 a year. Wow, in a year. I've never done that. You've already proven to me statistically, globally, nobody ever does. 5% of people only ever make 100,000 or more in a year. I want to be part of that 5%, but I don't have the $10,000, Kalpesh. I've got myself into this situation. And then you give me a nice story about why you got yourself into there, because we've all been there. And I hear the story out and I say, don't worry, it's okay. This company's got your back. I've got some good news for you. It doesn't matter where you are. Look at this. If you just start small, start where you are. If you started with $1,000 and you just committed to do the rebuy until you got to 10, bang, you've already got a story, 10x. I'm in. Might take you 14 or 15 months, happy days. But now you're now on your way. You're building your story. Along the way, while you're building your story, share this Zoom with others and look what happens. It's only a matter of time, right? Mary comes along, and then John comes along, and James comes along, and Harry comes along, and Fred comes along. And before you know it, you've got 10 people that are like you, committed to moving their life forward. Now, those 10 are not as influential as you. They're not as smooth as you. They're not as good looking as you. So they might not produce the same result as you. But I think we'll all agree that pretty much anyone can find 3 people, right? And so these 10 find 3 each around the world that want to move their life forward. And those 3, they're really chilled out, passive. They don't mingle much. You know, they don't need lockdown to be locked in. They stay in anyway. And they only refer a couple of people each. And before you know it, you got 100 people in your organization in your first 3 levels, and boom, you're in the top 5% anyway. So don't fret. There's loads of different ways that you can work that plan out. The key is to commit to getting into that top 5%. And once you're in it, happy days. You've now got a story for the rest of your life. Bearing in mind, I've just shown you how to do it in 3 levels. This does go to 20 levels, right? I did mention that, didn't I? 20 levels. So you work out what's possible beyond that. So that's that part of the pay plan done, right? So simple 20 levels with a rebuy strategy. But then there's another part. The second income that you can earn is our VIP rewards. And here you can consistently and steadily climb your way up the ranks. And as you climb these ranks, you mentioned, Keith and myself mentioned to 5-star. These are ranks that you can create. You can become an expert and follow on from expert to pro, and then 1-star, and so on and so forth. It's all just volume based, right? Team volume. We don't count your biggest leg, all right? So forget that. Everything outside of your big leg, this moves you up the ranks. Dun, 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 dun. And as you move up the ranks, you override everything in your organization, in all of those other teams, to infinity. Imagine that for a second. Imagine that you were earning 3% on every account to infinity. Well, guess what? There are people doing that. There are people already making the 0.5% overrider to infinity. In fairness, your business is not mature enough as an expert to go beyond 20 levels by much. But what it does, it just sets you up and gives you a nice early win and an overrider. This is a great recognition rank. It shows that you've got the skills. You've got what it takes. It's a huge, huge milestone in our company. And the latest experts to join us recently are Raymond, Marcus, and Miranda. Congratulations. Well done. Very, very well deserved. And this is like the laying of the foundations, right? Consistency brings this. And then we've got more experts around the world consistently laying the ranks. And then we've got our pros around the world. And PK just hit that just recently, a couple of days ago. So he's our pro yesterday, I believe. So he's our pro from yesterday. But again, you know, this comes with consistency, but also working with your teams. You've got your goals in place. You know why you're doing what you're doing, and you're on it. And then, you know, beyond teamwork comes leadership. This is our VIP 1-stars all over the world. And as a 1-star VIP, you are proving your abilities as a leader to lead others to their next level of success. You're helping people in your team achieve expert, achieve pro, and, you know, you're developing depth and strength in your organization. Then we've got the 2-stars. Absolutely awesome, Steve. Rock star result, our most recent 2-star. Absolutely brilliant work. Anyone that gets this rank, they're on their way. These are 5-stars. It's just waiting for time to catch up, just waiting for the rank to catch up. Our 3-stars around the world, and then of course our 5-star pinnacle of the mountain. And so super proud to have just joined the previous 4, Tom, Keith, Rodney, and Chris and Francesco, just literally a couple of days ago. So still trying to get over the high of all of that. And again, just reminding everyone, Ryan Zhu is the king of blockchain, right? This guy is documented beyond documentation. He's been in it from day one. He's got a blockchain presence on Amazon Prime in that next blockchain series that is just boom, knocks it out the ballpark. And so again, articles everywhere. Colin Star Capital establishes a $300 million fund. They did that. Another article. Colin Star buys BI Wang Group for $100 million. This was a mining group they purchased for cash. 2 years after launching Colin Star in 2017, they buy this for 100 million. How many owners of companies do you know that launch a company in 2015 and in 2017 buy a competitor for 100 million cash because they can? Boom, done. Monash University and Colin Star signed a multi-million-dollar agreement. Here on Yahoo Finance, you can read about the Ogilvy project, Hyperfund, and the Ogilvy project. What is that? Do your homework, research, have a look what that is. Bringing old money, dusty money, deep, deep inherent wealth money back into this new economy, this new world. They're leading that conversation. And then most recently in October, look at this, the Matrix Protocol, a patented technology licensed to Hcash exclusively, which is our own project, coined the most efficient in the world by CSIRO, Australia's National Science Agency. How about that? Accolades through the roof. Look at this. You know, the people that have invested as angel investors in projects like Binance and Huobi and OKX and Bitz and HitBTC, people that own projects like Who.com and ZB.com and BW and Tron and NEM and Hcash and Colin Star. This is that. It doesn't get more documents. So right time, right place. The only thing now is right decision. It doesn't get better than this. So whatever it is you've been looking for, you found it. And it's a mindset conversation. So are you ready for the next level of your success? And to make that really easy for you to answer, there's a question. If a friend offers you a world-class and fully documented opportunity, what do you do? Like, really, what do you do? Right? So you've already said yes in part 1 to being a community member, but why wouldn't you share this? So, you know, do you say, yes, let's do something. Let's build something spectacular. Let's just do it. Boom. Is that you? Or do you sometimes resist these conversations? Is your mind set up slightly differently? And do you even sometimes talk yourself out of a great thing? We do this in relationships. We do it with money. We do it with our health. We're constantly talking ourselves out of better things, right? So watch your mind. Your mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Everyone in the planet wants a better life. I've never met the human that says, please give me a worse life than the one I've got. And yet most struggle to create something better, right? We make progress, but it's in relative terms, it's very, very slow progress. We don't break through stuff. We kind of repeat the previous generation. And why is that? Well, I learned many, many years ago, your mindset is everything. And either you control it or it controls you. It might sound a little bit simplistic, I know, but the whole personal development industry, which is worth hundreds of billions of dollars a year, is literally trying to get this message across to the average person, that once you grasp this, everything is in your hands. And so I want to give you an example, right? So on the left, we find what we call the common mindset, which is how most people, it's kind of just an easy way out, an easy way to think. Doesn't take much to think like the common mindset. And then the success mindset on the other side, that takes work. It takes constant, non-stop, committed action. So look at the difference, right? For example, a lazy or common mindset will think, oh, it's another scam. Yep, I've seen these before. It's one of those pyramid things. And that's cool. You're right. Because whatever you think is what you manifest in your life. So in the one hand, congratulations, you've come to a conclusion. But if you want to come to a different conclusion, then just find out what the 5% do. And here's what those 5% that make over 100,000 a year do, right? And I've given some leeway. I'm giving 5% that they're doing it, and then there's another 5% that are on their way to joining that other 5%, right? And here's what they do. They train their mind, say, you know what? This could be a scam, and I'm no mug. I'm not stupid. Let me do a little bit of due diligence. And as soon as you do the due diligence, you're like, oh, okay. Oh, Ryan is that guy. Oh, Sam is that guy. Oh, they do own all of this. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Or you might think, you know what? This looks awfully like a pyramid. And then you realize, oh, so does my job. One boss, couple of top management, then me. Oh, okay. School was like that. One headmaster or headmistress, deputies, teachers, and then me. Oh, okay. The whole world, politics is like that. One government, and then their cabinet, and then all of the MPs, and then me. And suddenly you have that epiphany moment. I shouldn't fear the shape. Let me have a little bit of education around this. Network marketing does $200 billion plus a year and growing every year. Over 100 billion a year is paid out in commissions to people that help grow companies. And then the question becomes, how much of that 100 billion a year am I earning? Then it gets simple, doesn't it? I don't have experience, Kalpesh. That's one way of thinking about it, Batman. Another way is I'm ready to learn. And it's just a mindset shift. You're shifting your conversation with yourself. Kalpesh, I can't afford $300. I'm going to say, why not? Like, that's the question, isn't it? Wrong question. So when you say I can't afford $300, you made a statement of fact. You create your own reality. When you say, hold on, why can't I've been working 3 years? If I've got $300 spare after 3 years, there's a problem with what I'm doing, surely. Kalpesh, I don't have time. Same thing applies. Why not? You got the same 24 hours as Bill Gates. What's the deal? What is the deal there that you haven't got time? I'd say fight for your time back. Get serious and get committed to owning your life again. What if I fail? What if I succeed? It's the same person, one perception versus another, one conversation versus another. So listen, that's kind of, I think you get the point, right? So again, next step, congratulations if you're ready to join this movement. We're having a blast. We'd love you to join us. Sign up before life gets in the way. Like I said, get yourself on board and don't let life steal another opportunity away. Do not sit there and say, God, I wish I got into mobile phones. God, I wish I got into the international calling card industry. God, I wish I'd got into the .com boom. I wish I'd got into making an app that worked and went viral. Don't be the I wish person. Be the person that gets in at the right time, at the right place and make something happen. And then train yourself, refire your dreams, set goals, be specific on your daily actions. And most importantly, learn to share effectively. Sharing is the most important skill you can master in this industry. And once you've mastered it, and here's how you do that, the key to effective sharing in this industry, in this space, is say as little as possible to as many people as possible. I promise you this works every time. If you called 100 people this week and said, listen, I've seen something off the chain insane and I care enough to want you to see it too. Here's the schedule. What are you going to commit to? Come and spend half an hour with me. If you did that with 100 people, I promise you, even if you're really rubbish at communication skills, you are lousy communicate, you've got zero excitement in you, you will still get 10, 15, 20 people saying, what is it about? And your job is then to say nothing more and say, look, I want you to find out, come to a Zoom with me, and get those 10, 20 people onto a Zoom. And here's what else I promise you. If you get 10, 20 quality people to one of these Zooms, you're going to produce a result. And that result will be the launch pad. And then you just repeat and repeat and repeat, right? So master the invitation skill and then plug in and play. All right. Plug in, commit to consistency. Whether you can come here every day, once a week, whatever it might be, you work out your schedule and then you stick to it. Do not compromise the schedule that you committed to. And the more you can commit to, the more dates in your diary you fill this with, the quicker you move up the scale. All right. And then you show up and invite quality people to show up with you. Thank you for joining.